Yeah, what's up, y'all? This your girl Laverne.
What's up? It's Chrome.
Hey, we're back. This is Precious.
We got a special guest today.
Man, it's Zacko the Wacko.
Welcome.
Welcome, everybody. And I just want to say that we got a new show now. As you can see, everybody is familiar with me, with my show that I had called Live, Learn with Laverne. So a lot of people are familiar with me. But we decided to do something different this time. I just wanted to add a little flavor to the show. So now we have a new show that's called Talk of the O&E. And this will be the host every week, myself, Chrome, and Precious. And we'll just be talking about a lot of things that's going on in the community. And, we go hit on a lot of different things. It's a lot of things that's been going on. Mm-hmm. So we want to go ahead and dive off into what's going on. And
my fat roll showing.
Huh? What'd you say?
My fat roll showing on the camera. I'm lying.
Yeah, I'm like,
girl, ain't nobody worried about all that. Ain't nobody worried about all that.
I just looked.
Get it together.
I'm checking mine now, but we all good. We still look good. They know it. Uh-huh. Anyway, so Chrome, what's going on?
What's going on? A little bit, but a whole lot. A little bit, but a whole lot. What are you asking me this question in regards to?
What would you like to talk about today? Like I said,
you know what I'm going to talk about, what I do. Community and gangs. That's what we're going to talk about today. There's been a lot going on in the community, and that's what I'm interested in talking about. And I brought on this special guest so he can help me talk about this stuff today.
Okay.
Now, when I speak on community, I want to ask you and Precious, what have y'all been seeing going on in the community in regards to gangs? What bothers y'all? That'll jump it off.
Everything bothers me about it. I feel like these gang members are really terrorizing the community. Seriously, it's horrible. A lot of people that I talk to that live down north, they are afraid to go outside. They don't want to let their kids go outside and play. So I feel like the gangs have a real. They sickening right now. I can't stand. I feel like they need to round them all up and put them all in jail. That's really how I feel.
Oh no.
My view on how I feel right now is that a lot of the gangs are influencing our youth, and I think at this point we should be able to control and try to help our youth, because I feel like they're going down the wrong path. But again, it comes when you have family members that are involved in gangs and you think the gang life is what it is. I'm not here to judge anybody, because if that's the way they were brought up and that's what they do, I just feel like at this point now as a community, we need to figure out how can we get our youth and stop them from going down that path, because there's so much more than to waste your life. When you're out here taking other people's lives, I just feel like a lot of the people, they don't value life anymore. Mm-hmm. So it's kind of hard to, want to do things and participate in community activities because you don't know what's going to happen. So I think mainly focusing on the youth and our kids, because look what we have going on right now. We have a 12-year-old, mm-hmm. and that situation is just completely sad all the way around. For all families involved. And reading that young man's dad's story today and how he kept saying, blame him because he felt like he wasn't there, that really touched me, even though I kind of feel in my heart maybe he's saying that now because he is locked up. So that's kind of how he feels. But again, he is a father, mm-hmm. and now he has two sons that are in the system with him, mm-hmm. and it's sad all the way around. So I just pray that that the family does get the rehabilitation of this young man, because he still I'm not saying that the other two don't have a chance, but this baby still has a chance. And with that law that they passed, mm-hmm. I feel that that's going to possibly rehabilitate him while he's there. And hopefully, I just hope that the people that are out here saying we're here, I hope they're going to be there to help this young man, so that when he does turn 19 and does be reintroduced back to society, that he's a changed young man and that he can go out and spread his story to help others. So we just got to see. Everybody can talk and say and make comments, but are they really going to be there through the next 7 years for him?
But who's to say? This is my thing about the whole situation. Who's to say that he will get rehabilitated? Who's to say? Because some people that I know, they go to jail, they go to prison, and they come out worse.
Well,
they learn new things in prison that some people didn't even know before they went to prison.
Well, I think with him being a juvenile, I think that since he's going to be in the juvenile population, I think that it's a possibility that he can. And I feel that, like what Miss Tila always says, it needs to be more people inside of the prisons helping these young people, because once they go behind those doors, you have people that just leave them, and then they don't have, you come in, you have family, you want to take a picture. No, we need more resources that's going to go in, so when they do come out, we can help these young men find jobs, go to school, possibly get their GED while they're there. I just feel like we can't judge them. We got to be there to help them, because I think that's what they've already had enough people pointing a finger judging them. How about we now say, you know what, no more judging, no more pointing, let's help.
I think he has a great chance of being changed in there. He has a great opportunity to change in there, because he's at an age where he's still developing, so he's still able to be influenced. So at this point, he can either get locked up and choose a negative influence amongst his peers, or if the proper people step up in the community, the proper rehabilitation steps being taken, he can change. He can, because he's not even set in a certain way to where he has to change, because he hasn't even built a foundation for who he is right now.
That tree is not placed.
Yeah,
it's not planted.
He's still lost. So
that's true, but at the same time, you don't know all of what this kid done been through in life. It's some people that done seen that boy 12 years old. He done probably seen some stuff we ain't never seen as grown adults. So therefore,
that's how I agree.
Seriously, it's some people I know right now that done seen so much when they was 10, 11. Seeing growing up, seeing all of this different stuff. Their mind frame is already, and that's sad to say, but it's true.
Well, you can see from everything that the media is putting out there. This young man is missing a lot. He's missing, his parents.
Right.
And again, I'm not here to judge nobody's parents, because I don't know what kind of parent I would be if I didn't have the structure that I had. So who's to say? We don't know what his mom went through growing up. We don't know what his dad went through. We don't know that. People are so quick to say, you didn't do what you're supposed to do. Okay, hey, how's a mother with 7 kids in the city of Omaha supposed to survive with those 7 kids and try to make a way for them? She has to do what she has to do. And I feel that goes back to the system not helping as much as they can and saying, hey, here's the resources. Yes, the mom has to take the initiative, but if you're not giving those resources and people keep judging you, who's going to want to go? Who's going to want to take those resources? I know I wouldn't, because all you're going to do is you're just talking down on me and you're looking at me, I have 7 kids. So I feel that in this case, that family is going to need to be rehabilitated together, so that again, when he does come out, he still has his mom, he still has his dad, even though his dad is in prison, he still has his father. I just feel like they need to learn he's going to have to learn how to love, and I think that's what's possibly missing, is that you have 7 kids, and how do you spread your love for all 7 kids? How do you do that?
Yeah, and I think it's real. That's going to be tough to do. I'm not saying it's impossible, because one thing that I do believe in is change, because I'm a product of change myself. I know it's just as well as it took 12 years to corrupt this young man. It's going to might take 12 more years to rehabilitate him. Just because as much as you take from a person is as much as you got to reinstall in a person. And it's like at 12, he's starting from the beginning. I want to... we got a special guest over here, and I noticed on the news story that the young man, he was in foster care for a while. And Zach, I know you experienced foster care, and you grew up and turned to the gang life, and you switched from house to house, just like this young man may have. I just want to know, what drew you into the gang? Was it the foster care system? Was it the lack of love from your mom? Was it the lack of love from a dad being there? What drew you into the gang life?
Man, before I even got to foster care, I was 8 years old. Shit.
Can you come up to the mic a little bit? Thank you.
Man, before I went to foster care, I was 8 years old and shit. Man, my mom was never really around though. She provided when she could. We came back from Omaha to Minnesota. I moved around a whole lot, so love was never really in the house too much. You know what I'm saying? So, and not having no dad. And then you got, you got older cousins, brothers or something like that, and people that's around you, they like, man, you gonna be this, you gonna be that or something. You know what I'm saying? Or they keep calling you little cuz, shit like that. But then when you get in the system, you like, all right, I had a family before I came here, but now that I'm in the system, I really ain't got nobody. You know what I'm saying? Go to foster care, they separated me and my brothers and shit. Pretty much, man, not having no love turn to anger. And then you on your own. You on your own doing everything by yourself. You ain't got nobody to look up to, you feel me? You feel like, and somebody do come in your life, you like they gonna leave right away, quick, like everybody else did.
Can I ask you a question in regards to that? So, I know in foster care, you switch from house to house.
Yeah.
Like, you can be in one house, get used to this family and these people, and then in an instant you can just
be gone
to another house. Did that mess with your emotions? Like,
yeah, it makes you with your emotions because, man, I never lived in no place longer than 6 months until I got to I'm 25 now. Shit, man, I say when I was like 22, 23 years old, I probably stayed lived in my own place for about almost like a year.
Wow.
My whole life, I ain't never lived nowhere longer than 6 months.
So do you have kids now?
Yeah, I got kids now.
Has it made you more like want to be there with your kids more?
Man.
It makes you want to just
my
be like
kids, because you know what I'm saying, like you ain't used to love or nothing like that. You start having kids, it kind of changed a little bit, but it still take more than your kids to change though. You can have kids and still be doing the same. You know what I mean? But I'm just like, now I got kids, I'd rather be there for my kids. I ain't putting nothing before my kids. Nobody.
I respect that.
You know what I'm saying? Not to knock nobody from the hood, but I ain't putting no hood before my kids. I ain't putting shit before my kids. You know what I'm saying? Like, straight up. Everything else in this world I don't care about when it comes to my kids, though. Nothing at all.
Do you think that the foster care system kind of
Man, they tore my life up in pieces. Straight like that.
Do you think they just somebody could just put their 2 week notice and I don't want them here anymore and just it's like you be in a foster home and the foster parent don't like that you speak up too much for yourself. They could be like, they don't want you here. Send them to a group home. You go in a group home, they could send you to a manual hospital. Like when I was 9 years old, I got me and my little brother. This is my blood brother. We get in a little fight. You know what I'm saying? And we brothers and shit. The first little fight we got into, we was there for about like 2 months. We got in a fight, and they sent me right to the manual hospital. You know what I'm saying? They put me on medication, like 3 months after I got into foster care. When I was 8 years old, I was a real advanced child, you know what I'm saying? Because before I came to foster care, I had to take care of myself, my little brother, my little sister. So I was already advanced, so I knew what was going on. But they put you on medication. These medication make you depressed, make you feel like a zombie. You know what I'm saying? They keep telling that you got ADHD, they keep telling that you mad, they keep telling that you depressed, they keep saying that you angry. So if somebody keep constantly telling you that you mad, you gonna start thinking it.
You're gonna be like, hell yeah, all right, I'm angry, I'm mad now, you know what I'm saying? And shit, they start playing mind games with you. They tell you this, tell you that, pretty much.
Well, do you feel like the system let you down? The foster care system let you down?
I feel like I feel like my mom let me down first. I feel like the system let me down more. Pretty much, because I came from something broken, and I feel like they just try to shatter me.
And so when you left out of the foster care, did you age out of the foster care?
Man, I got emancipated when I was 18. Right after I turned 18. Because they couldn't even put me in no more foster homes. I kept running away from every foster home they put me at because I was like, shit, fuck this shit. Because all y'all gonna do is, all y'all doing is getting a check up off me, you feel me?
Wow. Yeah.
Pretty much, you know what I'm saying?
They
like,
wanted to get rid of you after that?
Pretty much, the system, I can say this, I've probably only been I've been to over like 10 foster homes. Not over 10 foster homes, I've only been to two or three good foster homes. Mm-hmm. And the 2 or 3 good foster homes, one lady, she passed away. The other 2 people I still in contact with to the day. My last foster parent, she the godmom of all my kids, you know what I'm saying? She around. I can call her every day. I call her my mom, you know what I mean? I got more love for her than I got my biological mom. And they can say you only get one mom, but shit. And I don't give a damn. And you can have a kid, but that don't make you a good parent, you know what I'm saying? And it's just like that. If you got somebody that's there, that's constantly in your life, constantly there to help you, can make a change. You ain't got nobody in your life, it's going to be hard.
Now, I noticed you said one thing. You said the foster care. You said your biological mom and your original circumstance, it broke you, but the foster care system, it shattered you. Yeah. And that was real deep right there, because basically you're saying you moved from one bad situation into a terrible situation. Yeah. And you know, the foster care is allegedly designed to be, you know, to help you, to better you, to you know, give you a life, give you a sense of love.
Yeah.
But in most cases, I hear this too often. It's like, people don't get that when they get into the foster care system. They get, all I hear is bad news.
Some people would have been better off, I feel, if they was left with the family that they was with instead of going to foster care. I mean, as you noticed, and I know you guys heard, some kids have gotten killed in the hands of foster parents.
Molested, all types of shit.
Molested.
Yeah.
I didn't have plenty of foster brothers, foster sisters who've been molested. And
Oh yeah, I done heard horror stories.
And I think the thing is that, and I'm not an expert on this foster care system in Nebraska, but I've encountered numerous foster parents, including some of my family members. My sister and myself both applied to be CASA workers, which are court-appointed special advocates for children in foster care. My sister just completed the class. Basically, what happens is that you receive a case and you follow that caseload. You're that advocate for that child. And when I was applying for it, I said, well, why, I kept saying, why do I want to do it? Because I felt like there's foster kids that don't have that person to speak for them. Yeah. You always had that caseworker who has so many cases, and they have all these therapists that come in, all these different people, and they go to the court and they say, okay, this, and this. And they came with this treatment plan, this, and this. And you're like, wait a minute. Yeah, so you're like, wait a minute, who is there to speak for this child? So that was the main reason why my sister and myself both applied, and both were approved. My sister went through the training. I'm going through it next. The one thing that they told me is that they have over 2,000 cases in the CASA, but they only have so many people. They can only take on like maybe 200. So I feel like that's where the problem is. We don't have enough people to say, you know what, number one, you don't get paid to do this. This is volunteer. You're court appointed by the judge to support that child. Well, not support financially, but to be that child's voice. So when you have children at school, you're like, okay, Billy keeps acting up at 8 o'clock in the morning. First thing the teacher do, I'm calling your mom, I'm calling your foster mom, I'm calling your therapist. But they fail to realize, why is Billy acting up every day at 8 o'clock in the morning? If they sat down and found out, maybe Billy's being bullied on the bus at 8 o'clock. So by the time he gets to school, he's all riled up. Right. So I feel that what you're saying, you're right, and there needs to be more people that need to support the kids in foster care. And I feel like, and speak up for them, because if you don't, a lot of our children are going to go down the drain. And this is how I feel also. I feel that parents need help too. And we always say the kids, but why can't we start reaching these parents? Because if we can help the parents and feel like we're a support system, the parents will be like, you know what, they there for me, I can do this, and we can make it work. And I just
some foster parents look at you just like how they just like the way that the court described your parents. You know what I'm saying? So then you already got somebody judging you off the rip. The only thing they really care about is that check. You know what I'm saying?
Trust and believe. I know about that. But
that check,
I'm telling you, man. I've been in a foster home where the lady told me, she like, I don't care what you do. You can come back anytime you want to. Just when your therapist come this day, just be here. You know what I'm saying? So all I just care about was that money. So I was like, shit, I'm out here in the streets on my own, literally.
So I gotta ask you a question. You a Crip, right?
Yep.
So
he said, "Yep."
Was it proudly? Huh? He said it proudly. Huh? So
black man first, though.
Is that so? Was it growing up in a Crip neighborhood, or was it the foster care system, or running away? What drew you into being part of the Crips? What age? We got a 12-year-old here who decide he wants to hang around gangbangers. At what age did you make up in your mind and I'm about to start thugging?
And the reason why, and let me say something, the reason why I feel it's important for you to say that, because you have so many people out here that think they know why these kids are getting into gangs, and they come out with these
all types of weird stuff.
They're doing you don't know, because half these people, and again, I do apologize if somebody gets offended, but guess what? Today, get offended. There's people out here that's never even lived in North Omaha. They come out here and they feel they're doing some community service. They live in these small little towns. I went to Creighton, I went to UNO. Now I'm about to come and volunteer. I'm gonna come save a kid. No, baby, this is not 63 cents a day in Africa.
They gonna come save a kid until it get real.
Till it get real.
Once it get real, they go.
And then the first one on TV talking about, well, he was so, I don't know. But they want to speak on you.
Yeah, pretty much. You know what I'm saying? Let's see. Man, with me, right when I came out, though, I was around that. I was around it, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I was around it pretty much. Since I was born, though, I was from Omaha to Minnesota. I was raised around Crips and GDs. I'm in Minnesota. I'm like 5, 6 years old, 6, 7 years old. I'm around GDs. I see guns, drugs, all that shit. Like my mom was selling, was doing her thing and stuff. You know what I'm saying? And had a house in Minnesota. She had a crib here. We came back and forth. So pretty much I was just really around it. So it's kind of like it just came up on me like because I can't even remember when I started saying on crib or cuz and stuff like that. I really can't even remember.
It's just a product of your environment.
Yeah, but then I was raised up in a certain neighborhood that even when I left from that neighborhood, I was still representing that neighborhood. I was living now in another different neighborhood, but still representing that neighborhood.
So at age 12, what was you doing?
When I was age 12 and stuff, I was in middle school,
6th grade.
Sixth, seventh grade.
Yep, repping, crib, fighting.
I just can't get how y'all be repping these hoods and my hood is. I mean, I don't get that. Y'all don't have no hood. This ain't nobody property that own no property. I'm just not
now that I'm grown, I understand that part right there. But like with me, I wasn't that person that woke up and just said, "Oh yeah, I'm about to be from these niggas' hood today." You know what I'm saying? Like. No, it was just like this is gonna be instilled in you, and you see it, and you a kid, you see it so much, it's gonna be automatically with you.
It's like
that's
family.
Why it's kind of hard to shake. Yeah, it's like family. And
that proves a good point.
And then definitely when I said I don't have when I had my biological family with me, I'm like, shoot, why not? I'm gonna chill with these dudes. Then I'm
because they might ride for you more than what
they might. But you gotta find out. Everybody ain't gonna ride for you, no matter where you from. No matter if it don't even matter if you got your biological family there. It's gonna be people in your life that's gonna be there. Gonna be people that's not in your life. People that's good for you. People that's not. You know what I'm saying? But pretty much, I was like, shit, why not? Shit, we could beef with other people. All I'm doing is letting all my anger out and all my hurt out pretty much on somebody else because I don't care about how nobody feel because I feel like then nobody care about how I feel at all.
I'm gonna be blunt. So at age 12, was you carrying a gun?
Can't nobody get you now?
Yeah, you alright. Was you carrying a gun? I'm sure you don't own that same gun.
I wasn't carrying no gun and shit, but I was around this shit. You know what I'm saying? Like shit, back then it was more fighting. It was more little fighting and shit like that until we got like 13, 14 when niggas start, you know what I'm saying, getting a little things and stuff like that.
Okay, but so did you ever have any of your homeboys, your older homeboys, like, you know what? Don't be like me. Go to school. Do this. Do that. Did you ever have that? Because it is, is some hood dudes that's still in the hood that be like.
It's some real ones out there that's like that. You know what I'm saying? Don't get me wrong. It was a couple people that was like that and stuff, but more of them was telling me don't be on no game, man. Instead, be focused on some money or something like that. You know what I mean? Or do or go for the rapping or do something that I like to do or something like that. But mainly, pretty much like with me. I was never really around too many niggas that was like my age and stuff, man, because I really had to be like for real life on my own. Like I was sleeping in park benches, all types of stuff, sleeping in abandoned cars and abandoned houses at the age of 13, 14, 15 years old. You know what I'm saying? I'm running away from foster home when I was 10 years old. So, you know what I mean? I'm repping the neighborhood and I'm messing with certain people. And a lot of people that was my age, they wasn't on the type of levels that I was on. You feel me? They could be in their own little group, but I was on my own thing. I'm like, I got to figure out how I'm going to eat the next day or where I'm going to sleep at the next day, how I'm going to get my next money. That's what I got to do. You feel me?
So you saying, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
So you saying that when you say people your age wasn't on what you was on, so you basically saying that the other 12-year-olds, they was going home when the street lights came on and they had stuff, a structured environment. But you was on a whole nother level because you had to fend for yourself and you was out there and doing your own thing, right?
Pretty much, walking the streets, you know what I mean? Like, see some older people that know me, they like, what you doing? I'm like, I need a ride. They give me a ride, you know what I'm saying? And it's whatever type life, pretty much. So like, you gotta, had to. You feel me? Because I ain't had nobody to help me out and stuff like that, you know what I mean? And until I was like 15 and I met this foster parent and stuff like that. And that's when I finally got somebody in my life that kind of cared about me. So it kind of had me think, but it actually made me nervous and scared at the same time because I'm like, don't nobody come in your life unless they want something from you. You feel me?
You didn't trust her.
And I ain't trust her, you know what I mean? That's the same lady that's still in my life to the day, though, you know what I mean? So that's all great.
Well, that's good. Shout out to her because
it still
is some good
she 100
foster parents out there, and it still is good people out there that genuinely care and don't just care about a check. So shout out to her for being there for you. That's
say that it's from every neighborhood. It's people from every neighborhood who real life was just instilled in them. Like it's some people that's gangbanging, they ain't even have to because they came from a family that did care about them because man, while people playing basketball, going to basketball practice and stuff like that, with people that went, we want no basketball practice or nothing like that. You feel me? We want something way different.
So you never had a chance to want to be a basketball player,
and when I did go play
sports,
sports, I never had nobody. When I look up in the stand, wasn't nobody there like clapping and all that. So yeah, that made me real mad, frustrated. Then I'm telling my foster parents, can y'all come to this game? Come to this track meet? Come to this basketball? I quit the football team just because they said they were gonna be there with my brothers and stuff. I looked up my brother and them ain't there. I took the helmet off and I left straight like that. Quit it. I was like, shoot. Forget it.
And that's the thing too. A lot of kids don't have the parents there,
support.
and I experience that all the time with being a coach and stuff. And you see the parents, they just drop them off, and what time I need to pick them up? You be like, come on, stay an hour. I encountered that this weekend, and we took 23 kids from our tracks team to nationals in Lau, Illinois. These babies had never seen Lake Michigan. They had never seen. They said, "Is this the ocean, Miss Precious? There's sharks in there."
I ain't never seen Lake Michigan.
And I said, "No, baby, it's not sharks in there." I said, "It's only it's not salt water."
Yeah.
And they sitting there like, wow. So it's cold. It's like I think it had to be like 70 degrees. It was so cold, but we are actually we just playing in the water because these babies had never seen.
That's cold. It's 70 degrees.
Well, no, it was cold because in Chicago it was cold. It was colder. It was like the low there was like 53 Thursday morning. So it's cold for me out there with that water and that wind, but the kids enjoyed it. And I sat there and I thought like, man, I'm sitting here yelling for these babies in the stands in the hot sun. But I would do it all over again just so they'll be like, you know what? Somebody was cheering. I heard my name. I heard them say, good job, baby, Yeah. And I think that's a lot of things with our kids nowadays. Parents are so quick to drop them off at these different programs, but they don't even know what the programs are doing. I'm not saying I'm perfect, but I try to be I'm so involved. I ain't going to say I try to be. I'm so involved in my daughter's life. I'd be delirious at night sometimes trying to say I need some sleep. But I think all kids need their parents no matter what. All kids need somebody.
Support.
You
gotta be somebody.
Somebody.
And like straight up too, like sometimes like some parents they that's what's up when you protective of your child and stuff. And you want to be like, I don't want my kid hanging with this person, but you don't know what this other kid has been through. You don't know what type of bond that your child and this child and glue together. So instead of being like, no, you just can't mess with them, you can't hang with them because all they're gonna do is sneak off and go chill with them and mess with them. They're gonna do what you keep telling them not to do. What you should do is try to get to know that kid. If something's bothering you about that kid, how about you just find out? You know what I'm saying? Because you never know who you pushing away. You could be like, I don't want you hang with my child. That could be the last straw for that kid. And they could be like, man, fuck this shit. Don't nobody give a fuck about me. I can't even have a friend because they parent don't like me. I was one of them kids when parents, my mom's so-called best friend told her son, don't hang with him, don't hang with that because he's a bad influence, he's a bad kid. You know what I'm saying? But he told me that what his mom said. I'm like, damn, that's messed up.
But did she have reason?
She never had a reason because she never spoke to me or nothing. When I came around, I was like, I was respectable. I said, how you doing? You know what I'm saying? Like, she was like, oh, how your mom been?
She just judged you.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? She pretty much just judged me because me being in the system and all that, and they never really got to see me. And each time they did hear about me, I was like in trouble, like you center or something like that. But I'm like, still, you don't even know me. You know what I mean?
But that's
like,
families that do that too.
Try to get to know me. Yeah, it's family members. I got own family members that do that too now. That's people that's in my mom's family. They look at me and they walk past like they don't even know me though. But as soon as they get into some problems though, who they calling though?
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Well, I'm going to say this. I got family members that I'm not letting my kids hang around, period, point blank, bottom line. I feel like, your kids can be influenced negatively by people that's doing negative things. So therefore, I'm not, if I know that little Johnny is carrying guns and running around shooting up the place, why would I let my son go hang with that person when I know that my son that I have, he is an honor roll student. He's the president of the book club. He don't know nothing about all of this, this, that, and this. So why would I allow my child to
that's
do
understandable. What I'm saying is, if you have a problem with that child and you done seen that child like more than one time, how about you just like speak to that child, say something to that child, you know what I'm saying? Try to help out sometimes, you know what I mean? Because it take more than just the this shit ain't gonna be left up to the system. The system don't care. The system designed to keep us all down, point blank period. It's gonna take our own people.
I don't agree.
I do. It's gonna take our own people straight like this. It's gonna take our own people to help our own people. Point blank period. Ain't no
I agree.
do not care about us.
I agree.
They don't. We make excuses for ourselves. We blaming it on the system and the cops and stuff. It's not their fault. It's our own fault.
This is the thing.
Right.
If you listen to,
so we need to help our own selves.
Fault why we doing it. So let's not say when people say,
I think it's 50-50.
to keep us down. No, you don't have to be kept down. It's a lot of people that I know right now that have been raped, molested. I know a girl right now that was in foster care, grew up in foster care, was molested after. She is a doctor right now. So people making up these excuses.
But see, but people are different though. See, people are different. People cope with things differently. Maybe it was easy. There's success stories, but maybe it was easy for her to get over her hardship in life. I'm saying she might have went through a lot, but there's some. But I'm saying, but check this out. Listen. Check this out though, Laverne. Check this out. We're gonna have to be logical about this, okay? Now, say somebody get raped, all right? This girl it might take 2 years for her to get over getting raped. Whereas where there's another one who got raped, it might take a lifetime for her to get over it. It's just the way people deal with it. So I'm not saying blame things on the system or don't blame things on the system, but I'm not also saying that the system don't play a role in it. I say it's 50-50. 50, you have to do your part, and the system has to do its part in the way it's designed to do. And if it has flaws in the system and what it does, then guess what? It's not going to be as effective as it would be without those flaws. And if they don't agree to fix those flaws and what they will not fix, this system will not change, no matter how much you put up an argument. You put up an argument about the system changing, they is not going to change their system. It sometimes seems like they like it that way, being 50-50. You know what I mean?
Well, in that case, I kind of hope they just thought, and this is the thing, I was reading a story today on the new lady who's over, the CEO who's now over, I think, or director. She's over the Nebraska Health and Human Services. Mm-hmm. And she's African American. She's 36. Mm-hmm. She's from a small town in Louisiana. And reading that story on her today and where she's come from and how she's now over 5,500 employees, she's like doing it. You know, she's doing it. Mm-hmm. And I feel that she's going to bring something and she's going to do some things that's going to help. But again, the system has been set up. You got to realize we're in Nebraska. This is a conservative state. It is not about seeing nobody get ahead. And that's with anybody.
Well,
that's anybody. No, that's with anybody. Because as soon as somebody, no, it is
well,
because as soon as somebody see you doing something good, what's the first thing they're gonna do? They're gonna bring up your past and start hating on you. So and no one wants to see no one get ahead here. And that's the thing. If we all work together, in all these community organizations, somebody has to say, you know what? I don't want to be the leader no more. Everybody wants to be the head person. Everybody wants their name. Everybody wants their picture. Everybody wants their photo op. Everybody wants all that. No, it's time to get back in the community like they did back in the 60s, the 50s. We got to get back to the grassroots. This other stuff they doing, it's not working. Obviously, it's not working. We're seeing this now.
But when
not at all.
No, it's not.
Bring up your past and all this.
But they hate on you. They hate on you.
That's true. But my thing is, I could care when people bring up my past because they do it often. I'm like, okay, you know what I'm saying? I put but you know me, I put my business out there, so therefore you can't come and tell me, you can't say nothing about me that I ain't never said about myself.
But what we're trying to say is that we have so many people, and I know people gonna say, Precious, you wrong for saying this, but I stand by what I'm saying 150%. I stand by it. There's too many people that have these cliques in this community. And if you're not a part of their clique and you're not kissing their butt, they're not gonna deal with you. You're an outcast. You're an outcast.
If you're doing your own thing and you're not part of this group that claim to be doing a certain thing, then you're an outcast, and they're gonna look at you funny when you walk in the room. They're gonna treat you differently, and they're not gonna respect your change for the community. And that's one thing I hate about the community, because we all need to stick together, and everybody need to do their part in what they are capable of. Okay, like I was speaking last night on Facebook about look at Laverne. She's smiling because she know I'm speaking on certain groups that she deal with. Let's not go there.
We not
no. Let's not go there.
Please.
But I mean, I respect the groups that I'm speaking on for what they can do, but I don't respect the way they look down on other people for doing things their way.
What I don't respect is when you bust up into a meeting.
Here we go.
You and your homeboy.
No, don't look. I'm gonna tell everybody on air right now. Chrome rides with Chrome. I ain't got no homeboys. When I do my community thing, I'm in the community by myself. I don't care who you see me with. Just like you see me with this controversial Laverne on this show right now. Know one thing: I'm riding solo. I joined in because I wanted to. All right. So nobody else problems, nobody else community work has nothing to do with me. But what I was gonna say before I forget, because I will forget. I'm sorry, but I gotta say this. I spoke on this on Facebook yesterday. About the 12-year-old. Okay, and we're talking about bad parents and all this and that. Well, if we had unity amongst our community. I can't even call it the African American community because there's white folks in North Omaha that suffer just as bad as we suffer. True. So within our community, if the community was unified, then we would have already knew that this kid was troubled. If this parent had somebody to say you need to do a better job raising this kid, or you need to stop going out so much, or whatever and whatnot, then maybe this kid might not have went down this route because they would have had a neighbor, a person up the street, a school teacher, a counselor, somebody to say, come here, kid. I know your household is troubled, but I'm going to help you. I'm going to give you some bread. When I was little, I had a neighbor, Miss Sarah. May she rest in peace. She would feed me because she knew my mom was always at work. You know, she knew my mom was dating a no good dude. She knew this. So she took it upon herself to step up as my neighbor, and we would think we going over there we got to talk to her for a long time and she going to give us some food. She knew she'd ask questions. How's school? So how are things going? Hold on, I think my husband got something in the pantry for y'all, because she knew we were starving. She seen it all over our face. She seen us walk around the corner to the dump. We called it the dump, where people would pull up and, you know, them signs that say don't dump here, you're going to get a $500 fine. It'd be piles of junk there. We would dig through them and we would find old clothes and stuff and take them home and wash them up. We would find toys and stuff. She seen this and she knew we were struggling. But because this neighbor got involved, it helped us through the hard times as kids. And that's my of unity. If we had more people who gave a damn about these kids in the community and just looked at it like, I see a lot of Facebook posts, y'all need to shut up about that little boy. That little boy, no, this is everybody's business.
It is.
This is everybody's business to be involved in. I don't care what y'all talking about, shut up about it. It's too much shutting up and not enough doing, period. I'm done.
And the thing is that we had to talk about it, because what's gonna happen? Number one, they paid this little baby as this baby thug.
Right.
I mean, they got him out here thinking, now what if the police would have rolled up on him? He out in a hoodie, hat on his head, walking.
No, what
you think they would have did? What do you think they did with that baby? And then when they would have checked him, oh, he didn't have any weapons on him. You see how the Minnesota people they surveillanced.
Mm-hmm.
They seen him. They said without incident. That man said,
right.
He said, without incident, they was able to get
and
him.
It's so sad. They said the little boy put his hands up and just cried.
Yeah,
he's a little boy.
He's a baby, but this is my thing. In my heart, I don't think that little boy did it. I think that brother and that friend is kind of pointing toward. I think he was there. He admitted he was there.
Yeah.
But he told his dad he didn't do it.
But my thing is this: whether he did it or he didn't do it, it's over with now. And I mean, he's gonna have to face.
It's not over because now you got families that got to go through this whole trial.
As far as when I say it's over with, he's gonna be charged with it. The crime is done. The crime is committed. So it's no sense of saying all that. If he did it, he was involved. Period. Point blank. And I just feel like he's a baby. It's a sad thing. I got a 13-year-old son, so I can't even imagine. You know what I'm saying? My son shooting somebody, being involved in something like that, because my son don't do stuff like that. But I'm just saying, just to even think about a 13-year-old, my child, a 12-year-old, somebody else's child. It is heartbreaking.
It's very heartbreaking because a mother.
When I seen that picture of that little boy,
he was a little boy. When I looked at it like, oh, I looked at it like, oh.
I just want to give this little guy a hug, because I feel like that's what he needs. I feel like he's lost.
But see, then we got them other people that'll look at us and say, y'all showing him sympathy. Fuck that little boy. He killed somebody. They need to hang him. You know, That's the division right
But
there.
it's your fam-
There's
but-
people like that.
But
Yeah.
this is my thing. If it's your family,
Until it happens to their family, then it's
this
different.
is what I don't like, and
You're
I
right.
gotta say, say this. This is what I don't like. When you get on Facebook, that's why I'm not on Facebook no more. I hate Facebook.
You not on
Facebook is the
Facebook, but you
devil.
on Facebook.
No, I be on.
Yeah, she on Facebook.
I be
You on
on
Facebook.
for my
Wow.
life.
She on that ghost
Sometimes.
Facebook.
Lord.
You don't be knowing when she be logging in.
Right, I do. But no, I'm saying this to say this seriously. We gotta stop doing this. When it's somebody in your family that gets shot down, y'all want to say, get him. But then if somebody, if one of your people go to jail for doing it, free him. No, keep his ass in there.
Right.
Don't free him. Keep him in there. What you mean free
Free
him?
little Ty.
Right.
Free
And he
whatever.
done killed 10 people. He done raped people, shot people, stabbed them, everything. You want to talk about free him. No, leave him in there. That's how I feel. I hate when people do that. That is so annoying. I'm going to say something.
Who said leave him in there?
If my nephew
Right.
did that, if my brother did that, if my cousin did that, put his ass in jail. Period. Point blank. Bottom line. And
But
that's
again,
what-
you're innocent until proven guilty. He's not. You can't. No one has. Unless somebody. I mean, I know they're not saying nothing. But again, let's go back to the real thing on this whole story.
Right. Innocent.
Let's go back to the real deal.
Yeah, ain't even like that though.
Lord, I'm not judging nobody's family. But what about the men that was selling the weed to the little kids?
Yeah, let's I mean,
What
let's talk about that one.
Wait a minute. What about that? Lord, I'm sorry what happened. I'm very sorry what happened.
For him to get killed, though, because
He was not the one selling it. He wasn't the one that's selling it.
But still, it was in the midst of that.
I'm not saying that. No, don't get me. What I'm trying to say is that it goes back to no matter what. This whole situation
is wrong,
because
sad,
there was so many
messed
things
up.
that led up to it.
All angles.
And it's sad because families, not only these three young men's family, these babies,
But
you got these other grown
men
I don't know if they have
who
children
don't
or
care
not.
about. The one of them has 8. The one that passed, he had 8 kids.
See,
now
they're fatherless.
we're living
Now
in a
think about this.
community.
Hold up. But
Go
look at this,
ahead.
Chrome. Now we got to go back to
Right.
those 8 babies are going to be in the same situation that we trying to get these other kids
Yeah.
out of. Again, it has to
It's
go
a
back
cycle.
to the grassroots. We're not hitting it. I'm sorry to all these different organizations, but we're not hitting it. We're not doing it.
This is what kills me also, and I hate when people do this as well. People want to say the organizations, the this, and that. Let me tell you something. The organizations ain't the ones that's out here pulling guns and shooting people. The organizations ain't the ones that's out here.
What's the organizations for here if they ain't trying to help?
They ain't raising your kids.
If they ain't trying to help.
Now you know what? And this is funny you say that because you're the biggest supporter of Ben, and he said they ain't working.
Listen,
But-
okay, no, he said that organization.
No, he said a lot of them is not working. Do you want to put a story?
Listen, he didn't say every organization is not working, but I'm gonna say this, and yes, everybody know I support Ben Gray
Thank you.
100%. I love you.
He's
Ben.
seeing it. He's seeing
he
it though.
Said, yeah, it is organizations, but not every organization is not. And if you could go out here and help every man out here, if they don't want to help themselves, then what? If they don't want to help themselves, you got people that then gave people jobs. They don't want to work. Guess what? They so used to making a certain amount they so used to making a certain amount of money. You feel what I'm saying? That
Hold up. Now it's time to shut it down. Operation shut down. Check this out. All right. Now, okay. You defending these, hold up. You defending these organizations, but these organizations are saying, if the organization bluntly say, we are trying to prevent gang violence and shooting and gun violence on the streets, then that organization need to be about it by any means necessary. Structure your organization in a manner to prevent this. We got organizations, I'm going to speak bluntly, because our city councilman spoke bluntly. We got organizations like Impact One. You employ these young men, these gang bangers. Okay, you got them jobs, but you didn't get them no mental conditioning. How you didn't get them no mental conditioning? So you put them on a job site. What they gonna do? They gonna fail. You gonna get mad at them for getting on the job site failing because, but you didn't properly. I was part of a gang. Proper preparation prevents poor performance. That's the 5 P's. If you don't prepare these guys properly, then guess what? They're gonna perform
Poorly.
improperly. Okay? They're not gonna perform right. So you give them a job, they take the drug money, they take the money, go get them some weed, they're gonna get on, they're gonna flip it. All they doing is coming for, all we gotta do is sit in this class for an hour, act like we paying attention, shit, we getting bread. I heard it from my own mouth. I mean, from somebody's mouth. You know what I mean? With my own ears.
He said, "Mom."
You was part of that organization?
I left the organization because they was on bullshit. Like
So let me just go
Straight
clarify
like
this.
that.
But I know some people.
It'll be 100 with them. Hey, they had a little what, a couple $100 check, little thing they gave you every 2 weeks. Man, it was so BS. I left. I don't even care about their money because I feel like they was not 100. You feel me? I don't care. I'm not being part of nothing that's not 100.
And let me say
real
this.
life for real. I'm real life for real. Live the struggle, and I'm still in the struggle. You feel me? Man, if I be a part of anything, it's for my people that's in the struggle. You feel me?
Now
That's
let me
what
say
it's
this.
for.
Let me clarify this. Because I think you took me saying organizations as a whole. It's not organizations as a whole. I just feel that that what they're bringing, it's not working. Some of these organizations are saying, let's do this, let's do that. We have to realize that anybody can sit in the office, anybody can wear a suit, anybody can do all these everything. Anybody can read, anybody can get in front of the media, anybody can do any of that. But if we're not really down there, in there, like, I mean, I know you're going to say pressure and whatever. Like, tonight, I'm kind of upset because I forgot about the show and I was supposed to go help Robert Wagner.
I'm still going to help him. You can ride with us.
And I said I can only do a couple of hours, but let me tell you something.
Girl,
that
that's a
couple of
good thing.
hours, that couple of hours, it might change a young lady's life because, see, this is my thing. People don't know. I don't have, no, I can say that. I know my story and I know where I come from. I know how I grew up. I know sitting in my bathroom window off of 45th and James, watching somebody run from Redmond between the houses, somebody getting gunned down right in front of me while I'm in the bathroom. I see that. I know what it is. I know. I just so happen to have a caring stepfather, and a mother who said, "You're not going to be a product of this society." I know where I come from. My parents rolled me. I used to get so mad. They embarrassed me, but then I realized, okay, I know why they're doing it. I could have been that girl with multiple baby daddies. I could have been that girl, but my parents made sure I didn't go through that. They like, no, you're gonna make something of yourself.
Okay, and I am that girl.
But
I
still,
got multiple baby daddies.
But look where you. But the thing is that you might have that, but you don't say that this is the life you're gonna be like forever. You don't want that for your kids.
Right, but this is, and see, that's what I'm saying when I said earlier today. That goes back to say what I was saying earlier today. Is that just because a person like me, I got multiple baby daddies, I was out there, I was, you know what I'm saying, I was on my thing, I was doing my thing, you know what I'm saying, I was out there, I mean, I keeps it 100, you know, that's why I say, when a person try to say, oh, she did this,
You was out there?
Yeah, she was.
Out there, huh?
Out there.
Out there. She was out there.
Out there.
She was not Laverne.
Right. And that's what I'm saying. Can't nobody tell my story because it's a difference between Keon, which is my street name, and Laverne. Keon is that person. Oh yeah, you know we go bang.
That's what I know you as, Keon.
Off its own. You know what I'm saying? Keon, I'm gonna take your baby daddy. I'm gonna take your dude. I don't care. Laverne, I'm a whole nother different person. I'm professional. I'm on some other type stuff.
You wasn't a whole nother person last show. Last time you had this radio show, you wasn't Laverne, you was Keon.
No.
Or she popped out somewhere.
No, Keon was provoked. I mean, Laverne was provoked about Keon because no one should have ever
Keon just popped out like bam.
Well, you don't come to nobody's show thinking somebody can sit there and get pumped out.
Y'all leave. Listen here. This is what we gonna do.
Leave that in the past.
We gonna leave Keon where she at. We gonna let her.
Man, please do. Please do.
Please don't bring.
You know what?
Keon back
We should actually have like a
rest in peace, Keon episode.
You should
have a moment of silence for Keon.
That's what we should have for you.
I
Because
said a moment of silence.
ready?
No, but seriously though.
Yeah.
It comes a time when a person needs to change and they need to grow up, and I do that. But I also see where people, when they see you on that positive and they see you doing this and that, then they do try to bring that other side out of you. Like, okay, let me see if she go, you know what I'm saying? If she go back to this, or if she go, you know what I'm saying? Let me say this to see if that's gonna trigger her. I noticed that a lot, but I'm not.
I just always try to make sure Monique don't come out.
Oh.
Momo. Momo.
Oh, you will get on Facebook, and it's another thing.
But I deleted after I
Y'all will get on Facebook and say some stuff. You know you will get on Facebook and say some stuff.
I've been really actually
Facebook is
no
the devil.
coming from
It's a double-edged sword.
That's why I'm not
It's a double-edged sword.
You're on Instagram though.
Okay, Okay.
What makes it any better? She's still.
Listen, let me say this. Y'all said a name earlier, and we just go. Y'all know. Listen, I don't have no chill. I don't have no filter. I mean, it's all good. I mean, whatever people doing in the community is what they doing. But y'all said a name earlier. Y'all going to go support Robert. I don't know what it is that
Here we go.
I don't get.
Let me tell you, I'm gonna give a shout out right now. What he doing right now? I'm gonna give a shout out on air. Everybody
A
tonight.
meeting with.
Listen, hold on. No, he ain't negativity. He's just an outspoken person, just like you.
Just like you, and that's the thing, though. People are going to automatically judge him because he's a radical.
He ain't got no filter.
No, what he's doing, he's just saying things that a lot of people
not gonna say.
Okay, but guess what? This is what I don't. Okay, it's the way. It's his demeanor. It's the way he come about it. How he says everything.
My demeanor.
Hey Robert, we got your back.
Yeah, you got it back, and you can't bust
Like
it up
full
in that
flat.
Robert's gonna come on here and be our guest host next week.
You can't bust
Keep on
it up in
playing.
that meeting with
Hey,
him.
honestly, I'm for it. Listen, Keon.
I didn't like it.
Robert, you're coming on our show.
Burn.
Hey, I'm for I'm for anybody that's making an effort and trying to do something positive. Because before I see anything that he's talking about, his mouth, whatever, I see. And before, I like it real and raw, just like that. I like it real and raw. Be real, be yourself. Everybody knows that Chrome is gonna come in the meeting with a t-shirt on, whatever I want to, because it ain't about what I'm wearing. It's about what's coming out my damn mouth. Okay. Now, this man, he's being himself, but his heart is in the right place for the community. Tonight, all night lights. Tonight, he's asking everybody to keep their lights on their front porch, chill on your block all night, get to know your neighbor, grill, do whatever you want to as a way to bring the community together and do what we was talking about earlier in the show. You bring in unity. We're riding along with him tonight to protect our community, to let a presence be known while these people are out here on their blocks. You know, we also got your back. We patrolling our own community, and we out here getting to know our neighbors. I think that's a great thing.
That's good.
I think it's a great thing.
Kudos to Robert if he don't start saying nothing crazy.
You can't get mad because he say on 69 and D's. I mean, a D, whatever.
You don't know what 69th and D's is?
He be like, just meet me on 69 and D's.
Yeah, I heard that he be saying that.
You mad or no?
I just really, maybe, and then when he see me, I seen him yesterday at the 360 meeting, right? So I see, and I know he don't be wanting to speak because he know I don't like him, but he'll be like,
straight like that.
But my thing is that we need to get to know people because number one, we don't know the same thing we want is the same thing that he wants.
Okay.
So why can't we all join together? And that's the problem. We got to join together. You got churches that don't want to be involved in this. You got people who want to take your money. Man, don't get me started.
They're going to sit down.
Don't get me started.
Him and her going to sit down. Guess what? You didn't like me from the jump, right?
Sure did.
You got into it over Ben Gray. I said something about being on Facebook.
She lit your inbox up. No, she didn't.
Hey, I want to give a shout out to Ben Gray, though, man. I'll be giving him a hard time, because I really, I had some animosity against him, but, as I grew older and realized, there was one meeting that Ben Gray came to, and he said, there's nobody in this room that I have not helped. Everybody here has benefited from me. And guess what, Ben?
He was right.
You was right. If I had never experienced some of the things that you brought me in on, I wouldn't have as much passion to help the community.
Oh, also happy birthday, Mama.
Shout out to Ben Gray. Shout out to Ben Gray.
Shout out to Ben. Happy
birthday, Freddie.
Hey, hold up. I got an announcement to make too. We make them at the end of the show.
At the end of the show. At the end of the show, which is almost coming up. So
y'all better be at the participating in this all night lights tonight, though. Keep your porch light on. Change your light bulb. Because we got some unity going on in the community.
Whether I care for a person or not, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, I don't like Robert, but that's no secret. But
why do you keep saying that?
Man, she said it so raw. So harsh.
Like someone, you just haven't got to know him.
You get to know him.
Man, I know what I don't like.
But dude,
you thought you didn't like me. Now we cool.
Yeah, but that's because
I didn't like you either, though.
Ben. Don't mess with Ben. Freddie. I love them for real.
Yeah.
Them people believed in me when nobody else did, and when people do that, you can't do nothing but respect them.
I mean, but
I understand.
But there's people in the community I don't like
understand.
either, Laverne. But I don't go out there saying it on air.
Yeah, you like, I don't like him. I don't like him.
Huh?
Let them make you mad enough.
Oh, y'all gonna have a sit down on our next show, probably.
No, you know, Robert. I mean,
Robert ain't made me. You know, I'm gonna just leave it at this. I support whatever he doing tonight. Y'all go support that. Kudos.
No,
to him.
you need to support that too.
He don't need to.
Cause you live out west somewhere, you ain't gonna support what's going on in our community.
First of
You ain't saying nothing about supporting.
I support a lot of things that goes on in the community. Yes, I.
Is you gonna support this event tonight? You gonna stay up late night? You stayed up late night last night, didn't you?
for
I saw a picture of you on Facebook. You went to the K-Camp concert.
Yes, I did.
Okay. Well, if you can stay out late night for that, you can stay out late night for the all-night lights event.
Anyway.
Well,
Oh man.
So,
no, I ain't gonna play.
so guys, basically, let's kind of give a rundown of how our show is going to take place.
Oh, can I say this?
Go ahead.
Quick? What I really would like to do, and everybody that's out there listening to the show, we want to do something to where we're going to set this up. We're just now getting started. This is our first show. So we are just now getting back started. So what I would like to do is, like, if people got questions or comments, we want to read some of the stuff that you guys are saying. But I know
Don't go crazy because we gonna come in. We gonna go in on you.
Listen, this is what I said. That's why we not having no call-in.
I ain't going in on nobody. I'm a peaceful person. Y'all quit
We
playing.
don't want no call-in show. And somebody gonna say, well, why you ain't doing no call? Guess why? Because I know I got a bunch of haters out there. Y'all looking right now. I love y'all though. They looking right now.